Hey, hey, welcome back to the Spark Faith Podcast. I am Dr. Chris Sargent, and I'm super excited about today's episode because I love batch cooking. It saves so much time. And so here you go for all of you who really struggle with food prep, right? You get home at 6:30, and you open the fridge and nothing to eat because you don't have any protein made, right? Like you've got salad or you've got some vegetables, but there's no protein. And so my version of batch cooking is really all about cooking protein ahead. Now, I will throw up some pictures in my group and so you can see what that means. But really what I want you to think about is first of all, figure out a day that you can do a little bit of cooking, maybe 2 days a week, okay? Fi Figure that out. Pick a couple days a week that you can cook. So I typically will make a lot of food, or I will my first batch cook for the week will probably be on Saturday or Sunday, depending on what I'm juggling and baseball and not baseball or whatever. And then my next day will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday, again, depending on what's going on and who's around and all the things. So I have a lot of flexibility. Some of you don't. But if you can pick 2 days that you can figure out how to batch cook, you will start rolling through this. It's so easy. So let's say you decide when you're doing a little bit of meal planning, and this takes very little prep really, that you're gonna cook chicken and you're gonna cook salmon this week. Now, y'all know that chicken is not my favorite, but I'm gonna cook it for you this week. All right. And so and grilled chicken breasts are the worst for me. Like, that's the absolute worst. But anyway, so what if you cooked, let's say there's 4 in your family, right? So you're going to cook 8 to 10 chicken breasts. You're like, what? It doesn't take any longer. It might take a little bit more ingredients, but it doesn't take any longer. You're going to throw 8 to 10 chicken breasts because, see, now you have lunch and you have lunch for your kids and lunch for your husband and lunch for yourself, right? For 2 or 3 days. And you don't have to make anything else right now. So you could even make 16 of them. Like you could make a lot of chicken breasts. Or if you really don't have time for cooking, run out and grab two roasted chickens and break them down as soon as you get home so that you just have chicken meat. One can go in the freezer broken down, and the other one you can keep out for a couple days and then use it for different things. So let me tell you what that looks like because you can do this with so many things, but we're working with chicken and salmon right now. And so with that chicken, you can just eat it as chicken, right? Just as chicken, maybe a little mustard sauce on the side. You could chop it up, put it in a salad. Now you have chicken and salad, right? And maybe a little bit of blue cheese crumbles or some goat cheese if you're going dairy free, right? So now you've got two meals that taste and look different. You can also take that chicken, put it in with a little bit of salsa, and then put it on a salad or eat it separately. And you've got some taco meat, right? You can just shred it up with a little bit of salsa, mix it all up, and you've got some taco chicken meat that you can make for your family, chicken tacos. And the meat's already done, like it's already cooked for you. And so now start thinking about all the things that you can do with pre cooked chicken or just even having a chicken breast, right? So now Tuesday or Wednesday rolls around, right? And you get two big pieces of salmon, like the big pieces, because you can eat 6 to 8 ounces of salmon with, and that's part of your like it's a bigger serving size because of the healthy fat and stuff involved. So then you cook both of those however you want to cook them. Throw them in the oven, whatever. Throw one in the freezer if you get, weirded out, or they will stay pretty good for about 3 days in 3 or 4 days in your fridge if you put them in a glass container. So that way you can eat chicken for a couple days, but then you can eat salmon for a couple days, and then you can go back to your chicken, and you can go back and forth for your week. And so then it doesn't get so boring, and you can leave some of it in the freezer. So I like to cook a big thing of ground beef. You could use ground turkey, you could use ground chicken or whatever. I like to make taco meat out of it and Italian meat out of it so that I can have like a marinara sauce on one of them and I can make tacos out of the other one. And that I split into that's both that might be both things for my week, right? I can throw one in the freezer, part of it in the freezer. Um, Making steaks, like you can put steak seasoning on one, like just make it taste like a regular steak, like some Worcestershire or something like that. Um, but then you could also make some spicy so that you could have fajitas or something like that. And then all you have to do is make the peppers. So I've gone through like so many little menus in 5 minutes, right? That you can batch cook. So I for steaks, I do flank steak because we can get big ones. You know, for me right now, Costco is the place. I if you can afford to eat grass fed, go for it. If not, hey, do what you can, do what you can afford, right? That's what we need to do. And so that's the way it rolls. That's the way it rolls. So those are some ideas about batch cooking. And it's really simple because once you have your protein, do you get it? Like you throw it on a salad, throw it in a taco shell, throw it in this, throw it in that, throw it in this, change up a spice here or there, and you have different dinners and you don't feel like you're eating the same thing all the time. And you're only cooking a couple days a week, right? You just have to make sure you have your veggies and potatoes or sweet potatoes or something else to go with it. It makes it so simple. So, like I said, this is like, I'm so passionate about getting people to batch cook because it just makes life so much easier. You could also throw stuff in crock pots. Like, I didn't even talk about a crock pot, right? Or your Instapot, which is much faster. I'm kind of old school on that one. Um, so yeah, you can use your Instapot really quick and cook down a chicken, or you can cook maybe pork and shred it so that you have some shredded meat for, again, tacos, or you can throw marinara on that. You can put it into a curry kind of thing. Like there's just so much that you can do when you really just think about making a batch of proteins so that you have it ahead. All right, y'all, I'm going to shut up now and hope this really helps you and I hope you understand it and have a fabulous day. Watch the group. If you're not on my Facebook group, you can join us at Spark Yourself. And I'll have a load of pictures and stuff in there about batch cooking. Love y'all. Blessings. Bye.